Hey guys, what's going on? I'm live for the first time in a while. Um, I gotta actually share the stream. So, if you've been paying attention to uh my community post, you know that I had a very important announcement. Well, that announcement came out a couple of days ago. Um, and it's the new series that I'm doing with Titus and Ken, Vodayon. So. That I cannot wait to start making videos on that. Um, we're still reading Approaching Storm, all three of us. Titus is way ahead of us. Actually, after the stream, I've actually planned on trying to catch up a little bit with that. So hopefully, not by this Friday, but by next Friday, we should finish the book, and then probably that Saturday we'll record the video. So we're trying to do this, relatively, have a schedule with it. So I can't wait to do that. And then in addition to that, uh Brennan, as I said in the trailer video, Brennan's intro that he is making is all complete. I have the file for it. So by the first episode, there should be actually a proper intro to it. So that's going to be awesome. And it's a very good intro. I thought Brennan did a wonderful job on it. Hello, Fizzy. How's it going? Um, the timeline that Titus used, there's a format problem that he had with it, trying to fix it, and it is still incomplete. I want to kind of I don't remember if I said this in the video or not, but there's going to be times when the timelines change. In fact, Son of Dathomir isn't on that video or it's not on the timeline yet, but we will review that as well because it is expanding universe. Remember that that's been all but confirmed at this point. So we will add that in there. He's also going to add some other things to it as well. So hello, Only Plants. I don't actually know either of you, so welcome. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? So I'm gonna add. I think that's so far what I want to add. So, approaching storm so far. Well, I'm not gonna get into my thoughts on that. I'm gonna say that for the video. Um, I think it's. All I'll say is that first video we do it'll be pretty funny. It's gonna be pretty good. Um, whenever we get to it. So, and I've actually been purchasing some stuff that I didn't have, Clone Wars stuff. Um, So that's been pretty cool. I've been buying this Clone Wars Adventures, which were comics released by Titan Books. They were like an anthology series. And and they tie into the micro series. It's the same art style. In fact, I think I have volume 7. It's the only one I own. I bought volume 1, volume 4. I think there's like 10 of them. There's a lot of them. So formerly Roger 2187. Just changed my. This is a long time friend of mine. This is a childhood friend of mine. So, what's up, Jace? How's it going? I tried reaching out to you on Discord, but I don't think you saw it. But what's up, man? How's it going? He's a family friend. I've known him for years. Don't you like the EU too, don't you? Just come on and talk about it sometime. Well, whatever you've read. I don't know, but he's a pretty big Star Wars fan too. But yeah, so and I also did buy Son of Dathomir too because I don't have that comic. So that's definitely good. And what I also do plan on purchasing are the Clone Wars Secret Mission books. Those were like young readers books. I think there was 4 of them. So I'm gonna purchase those soon. I got a lot of stuff to buy, but it's all good because I'm gonna read it all and we're gonna do a video on it. All right, man. I will go ahead and I'm actually gonna add mine in the chat. What is my username again? There it is. There you go, Jace. Bro, streaming weird. Hey, Alex. It's my thing, dude. Alex, when's the last time you streamed, dude? Let's look at your channel. As you can see, I don't keep up with your videos. Sorry, Alex. I mean, to be fair, you haven't really made a lot of Star Wars stuff in a sec. It's been a long time since you've done Star Wars stuff. When's the last time you went live? Let's see here. Oh, 2 weeks ago. Oh yeah, you're doing Wayback Machine. Should I have more when I'm at? Yeah, you should, man. Clone Wars: Rise of the Empire. Got it. It would probably be one of my favorites if it didn't have so many damn contradictions. Even within the multimedia project, there's a bunch of them. It's not just TCW. Yeah, you're right. Forgot you were doing that series, Wayback Machine. I would join you, but got my own stuff. Got my own series, and I'm doing. Vodeon. Yeah, when Titus Kin and when we were talking about the name that we were going to give the series, we were going to first call it Arms of Spar, but that just Spar is awesome. I think he's going to be a character all 3 of us are going to love. But I know Titus loves him, so that's one already. But it just didn't hit. It didn't click. Vodeon, that clicked. All right, Jace, I'll let you back, brother. Pending. Dude, what is your profile picture, bro? Yeah, Halo. Halo's real literature. Alex, good one. Good one, Alex. Mostly TCW, but yeah, there's other contradictions beside that. But not as bad. One I think on top of my head, Contra Mandalore Spire, but I haven't heard about that. Well, you're doing Clone Wars, I'm doing everything, so you can always pop on. Well, in your series, you're on the Marvel comics, right? Still? I mean, I say still, not like in a bad way, but shouldn't contradict your content. Amazon. Well, I don't know, man. Alex, you are more of a reader than I am. I don't really read outside of Star Wars, which is maybe it's good or bad. Tuckish. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like that's why I haven't really popped into those streams because I mean it's stuff I haven't really read yet. So maybe once you get to like some good stuff like post Return of the Jedi, maybe then I'll start popping it. I should also turn your notifications on because I don't ever get them. No, I do. We'll probably be done with Clone Wars by the time you guys are even on it. So, but yeah, I Titus, Ken, myself, we've been just so unbelievably just ecstatic for this series. We are so excited, and to start doing it. I mean, technically, we already have started. We have issue 0, right? Or issue episode 0. It's not a comic. Are we 30? Nah, we should be done with it by the end of the year. Hopefully, it's a goal at least. Oh, you're talking about your series? Yeah, you got a long way to go. Because what issue are you on? Issues 15 and 19, and then you're on the pizzazz issues, which I've never heard of, by the way, because I don't know the Marvel comics. Probably because we plan on kind of going through this fairly quickly. Scott Johnson, what's up, man? How's it been going? Or how have you been doing? That sounds better. I got your comment, by the way, that you said you're going to follow along with us. If you want to join us, Scott, let me know. Uh, Titus and Ken, we're open to having you if you want to join us. Are we recording this week, Alex? Scott, my real. Are y'all recording? Him and Robin basically out. What about Brennan? Is he not? Well, Brennan is very busy. I did invite Brennan to my series. Well, it's not okay. The voting on series is it's me and Titus. So Titus actually created the idea. He created the timeline. I'm the one actually making the videos, uploading them, editing them, all that kind of stuff. Should be at Brennan's house. So it's both of our series. Um, Ken's not. I'm not trying to throw him under the bus or anything, but um, I mean, he's with us, and he's a very good friend as well. But I've played a lot of the major Star Wars games. It's a long list of games. I've played both KOTOR games, SWTOR, both Force Unleashed, part of Republic Commando. I've played a couple of the Jedi games, Jedi Academy games. So I have played Jedi Outcast. I played Jedi Academy. I got to Korriban and stopped. So I've pretty much played that game for the most part. So I've played. I play Empire of War. I play that all the time. I've played all the Battlefront games. So I think the answer is yes. I'm doing 2 of the Similar Club. I'll start doing for Colas. This is amazing. All right, I got you. We don't really have an exact schedule just because Titus, Ken, and myself, we're all very, we have busy lives, as you do as well. So we're aiming for like every 2 weeks to do an episode. So that gives us plenty of time to read it. So like the first episode is just going to be the approaching storm. That's all we're talking about. Nothing else. So we're giving ourselves kind of plenty of time to try and read through it. Give or take 2 weeks is the plan. It's good to hear, brother. Good to hear. Probably do more streams as Brendan's time seems to work better with other people don't want to won't have loud dogs apparently. You should do some more general you streams, just like chat streams. Kinda like I do. I did see that. I didn't watch it because honestly I don't know anything about that. But it seemed interesting. I was also confused because I saw Disney canon stuff. Yeah, it's week before spring break, so for college students, it's midterms and just other general tests this week, so which I got mine done. I didn't have a whole lot, thank God. I do have one on Thursday, but it's a really easy geology test. It's basically just identifying rocks, and most rocks, there are, like, just easily, like, visual features that you can just, like, bam, that it's this rock, like, the last test we did was igneous rocks, which are basically rocks from a volcano, um, like obsidian. You can like anybody with brain cells can look at obsidian and know it's obsidian, so that kind of stuff. So it's fairly easy. Yeah, I might go back and watch it. I did. I mean, I gave you a review, Sky, but it seemed interesting. Sorry, Chase. As I was saying earlier, this guy here, this is a family friend. I've known him for years. He's a Star Wars fan too. Um, I might bring him on. Who knows? Hello, Fine Editions. How's it going? Fine Editions has been putting out some interesting videos too. Chris Nelson put out some videos, like a couple of them the other day. They were really interesting. I think Chris Nelson. I love Matt, but Chris Nelson. I think like how his content like is he celebrates the EU in like such a unique way because he promotes the marketing material that you're not really learning about the EU per se. You're learning about the history of the EU and sort of what Star Wars kind of looked like back then. And obviously as a younger guy, I never experienced any of that. So Chris's videos kind of shed a lot of light on what Star Wars was like back then with through the lens of the marketing. So school and politics. What do you mean politics? What have you been up to? Good to hear, brother. That's true. Chris's videos are they're very unique. So there's certainly nothing like it. And Chris is just an amazing person. He's an amazing guy. Amazing guy. I haven't actually talked to him in a while, but I used to talk to him fairly often. Um, and but of course, ever since he had his second set of twins, he just haven't had a lot of time to talk to him. Running for the 88th House District of the Kansas State House of Representatives, the usual. Can't tell if you're joking. Knowing you might not be, but I don't know. So anyway, so phew, I'm really excited for Vodayon. I'm ecstatic. I was gonna read the X-Wing books because still have not read those. But I was gonna read those after I finished a certain book I started a long time ago. I'm not gonna name it. Um, I was gonna read the X-Wing books, but then Titus is like, "Let's read Clone Wars," and I said yes. Hey, I mean, Chris, he definitely. I think he makes the most unique EU videos. I don't think there's any other person that makes the kind of videos that he does. Because, you know, I can't think of I know Scott has a few like marketing things, but like Chris is certainly like his collection of marketing stuff. I mean, it's unparalleled. I don't think there's anyone else that has that. So, and a lot of it too. I mean, Chris is just such a nice guy. I mean, it's I don't know. There's something about him. Something about him. Israel is the only thing I'm taking seriously because academics are cooked at this point. Well, if your academics aren't good, you might not win, dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up, Brennan? How you doing? Jace, how much of the EU have you read? Or like what EU stuff have you read? I know you've read a little bit because you told me, but how much? I mean, at least I think you did. I don't remember. It's been a while since you and I have talked, so yeah. It was supposed to be one day left for all of us. Well, not really. It was supposed to be like 3 days left for all of us, but that didn't happen. Either way, at least you two get to meet up, which is good. Yeah, it's a real shame. Jace, if you don't know what I'm referring to, there was going to be a convention this weekend. Yeah, was it? Yeah, this weekend. And it was called Legends Con 2, and it was going to be, this huge thing, and a bunch of authors were going to be there. Um, I was going to be there. It was going to be in Arlington, and a bunch of authors were going to be there. Uh, Pretty much most of the people in this chat was going to be there, but it got canceled. So you know, it's a real shame, but it is what it is. I'm doing pretty good, Brennan. How you doing? A little bit of insight in the last year's or is Hand of Thrawn. Yes, Hand of Thrawn is it's actually one of the well, not one of the conclusions. It could have been a conclusion, but it wasn't. But yes, Hand of Thrawn is expanding universe. Jace, just wait till you see my collection, man. I mean, just wait till you see my collection. Because it's a lot. Let me put it this way. I own every single adult novel that the EU ever put out. All 140-ish, 40 odd of them. I own them all. Everything Empire of the Last Thing over two. That's the start in many ways of the EU. At least what we know of now is the EU. Not the first book, but it's kind of the genesis of the EU. Played some pickleball today. Made us sick. Chocolate milkshake. Went on a walk through some discs. Relax like Scotch. The best HG Sunday. A little bit more busy than or more what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? Productive. More productive than me. Yep. Bro. But yeah, that's what's been going on with me and with the channel. So If y'all don't, I'm gonna put like a little I don't know, promo here. Um, Brennan and well, Alex is the one leading it, but they're doing a series about basically where they read the entire expanded universe in publication order, and they do a stream and they talk about it. So I do like comics now. Yes, I do. I used to not really care for comics, but I'd read comics, but I never like cared about it. Now I do. Eventually. Eventually. Yeah, man. Absolutely. How was it? Did you enjoy it? I haven't read that course, Brennan. It's gonna be pretty good, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Cause I haven't read many of those Clone Wars stories. I've always read I had read a couple of the comics, but like some of those Republic comics, but I had never really dove into it. I certainly hadn't read any of the novels, so I'm very excited. The first few seasons of the oh, that's cool. I know you're a pretty big Daredevil guy. Are you watching the new show, Born Again? I've heard mixed opinions about it from people. I'm not watching it because first of all, I haven't seen the first show. Second of all, I don't like the MCU, so some additional stuff is I actually hit him once and he threw one. Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. Sequoia Egar. I am Tad Larkin, the lore master of Mandalore. I've been watching Severance right now. Well worth the hype. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. What is Severance? I don't know what that is. Is that like a what kind of show is it, Brian? Born Again. I'll wait till fair enough. Fair enough. Should be right up your alley, Lance. What? Daredevil Born Again? I don't think so. It's MCU, dude. Milked again. Interesting. Very interesting. Daredevil's. Yeah, I remember you telling me that, but Titus told me that that's not like a big part of his character, in the comics at least. Maybe it's emphasized it's more in the show, but he told me like in the comics, it's not really like that. Uh, from what I've read, it was always canon to the MCU. In fact, all those what was it, Netflix shows or those or ABC or whatever they originally aired on, those were canon. They just weren't really mentioned since I was out of the show. That's Catholicism everyone's on the show, guys. Yeah, that makes sense because Titus always told me that in the comics that he wasn't really like that. I mean, he was Catholic, but like there were a lot of moments in the comics where he did some very non-Catholic things. It wasn't so really kind. Either way, I think the MCU is slop. I think it's terrible. And I said it wasn't. Netflix shows were all non-canon for about 4 to 5 years, where official material ignored it and writers said they were not in the timeline. Huh. I don't know. Everywhere else I've read that says it is. Either way, I don't really care. I don't want to get into that canon debate because I don't know anything about it, and I don't really care either. Meaning, uh, I'm eventually I will watch Daredevil, and I do care what you're saying, but like in terms of like MCU, I don't really care about their canon. I need to watch it on like MCU specific. Okay, so Shield and Hulu shows. Like I said, I've read that all of that stuff was canon, but again, I don't know. And I heard all those shows, with the exception of Daredevil, maybe Punisher. I heard that it was all bad. Like Inhumans, I heard Inhumans was absolutely awful. Hmm. Not from Titus. Agent Shield. Oh, okay. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know anything about all that. I've seen most of the MCU films, um, but I don't really care. There's no mutants in it, so I don't really care about it. Much prefer X-Men stuff. By the way, you heard it here now. The X-Men film that Disney's gonna do for the MCU is gonna be trash. Just saying it now. Also, Fantastic Four is gonna be trash too. Honest Ghost Rider is sick on that show. Oh yeah, I forgot Ghost Rider was in there. Yeah, I am, dude. I am a mutant. Hell yeah, I am. Omega level mutant. It already sucks. That's the thing. It already sucks. You know why? Because Norrin Ratt's not gonna be in it. Silver Surf, well, sort of gonna be in it. It's gonna be Shalla who I guess is gonna be given the power cosmic. Ridiculous. Like, it's like why? Why? What's the point of that? It's like if they did an Iron Man movie and Pepper Potts is is Pot Industries and she's the one who becomes Iron Woman or something. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. And I mean, I'm gonna say it here. They only said it to push a narrative. I mean, or they're doing this to push a narrative. I mean, why else would they do it? I know there are people who will disagree with me, and that's fine. But I mean, it's stupid. And Kevin Feige, instead of using issues 48, 49, and 50 of Fantastic Four from the 60s to, tell the actors and the writers, hey, this is, what Galactus is like. They used Galactus from Fortnite. That is the reference material that Kevin Feige used instead of issues 48, 49, and 50. And for those who don't know, that's where Galactus first shows up, and that's the Galactus trilogy. It's probably the most iconic cosmic story in Marvel, and it's ridiculous. I mean, it's already just pissing me off. And I'm not like a big Fantastic Four guy, but I haven't even read those books. But you know what? I know enough about them to know that they are way better reference for a movie about Galactus and Silver Surfer than Fortnite? I don't know. Just a thought. And it looks kind of sick and promising, maybe. And speaking of Thunderbolts, that Captain America movie, like, why? I haven't watched it, but it's basically a Hulk movie without the Hulk. I mean, there's Thunderbolt Ross is in it. He becomes Red Hulk. Betty Ross plays a big role in the show, and the leader's in it. Those are all Hulk characters. Stupid. I prefer Nightcrawler. Absolutely. Brennan's Thor, Marcel's Doctor Strange, your Spider-Man, Alice Mr. Fantastic. Ken is Ken is Hulk. Is it because he's Canadian? It's pretty good. What are you doing at night, Lance? Reading Star Wars, playing a game, or sleeping, or eating. Not very superhero-like. I haven't seen it, but I mean, it just sounds so uninteresting to me. They took like all these. I mean, it's from what I've heard, it's essentially like a sequel to The Incredible Hulk from 2008, which is fine, but it's a Captain America movie, it's Captain America. I'm not one to get into, oh, Sam Wilson is this. I think that's ridiculous, but it's stupid. Sometimes. Hello, welcome. I'm not reading that yet. So the Denning verse makes me want to rip my head off, and then I'm gonna create a Discord server, and become a cult of personality. This soon. Well, I think I'm gonna keep going here for another 20 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna get off and I'm gonna read some Expanded Universe. The approaching storm. The deep lore. I'm glad you understand. Glad you understand. Well, yeah, that's where the MCU should have ended. Is at Endgame. And yeah, it is a part two of Infinity War. They kind of intended to be like that, but it should have been the end. That should have been the final. You can say Far From Home. I don't think that's bad. Or you can have a Far From Home, an epilogue of sorts. That's kind of how I felt that movie was. But in terms of, it should have just ended. MC should have ended. And people go, what about Loki? And it's like, man, you don't have to close that. It's Loki being Loki. Who cares? Yeah, the approaching episode is going to be hilarious. I don't think it's awful, but I think um, if the movie did not have Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Willem Dafoe, the guy who played Doc Ock, I mean, if none of those people were in it, no one would care about that movie. Sorry. If there's no multiverse, if there was none of that, Like, you could theoretically tell all those stories, like, the whole story that was in there, but if you just change the actors and just establish that those characters, um, were just, like, from a different universe other than the films, like the other Spider-Man films, no one would care about that. If it was a film of Tom Holland Spider-Man and 2 random Spider-Man we'd never met before, trying to get all these villains from, universes we've never seen before back to their home universe, no one would care. But since it's Spider-Man that we cared about or knew from these other movies, and villains we knew from these other movies, then people started to care about it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying that movie's bad. In fact, it's probably the best out of the 3. But the story is really not that amazing. But it's amazing because people love it because it has all the characters from um, these other Spider-Man movies. Feels like there's a lot of hateful and past year revisionist history. I don't really know about that because I don't keep up with it. I mean, maybe. I guess what I meant is if the multiverse, if the Spider-Man that we saw and their villains, if it was not from those other movies, if they were just random Spider-Man we'd never met before, then which theoretically that could work. I mean, it wouldn't have the kind of hype that it did. That's just what I think. And I also hate how the MCU waited until the third movie, Spider-Man movie in the MCU to actually have a Spider-Man moment, like or the canon event, as Cross the Spider-Verse says. Oh, I think that I don't think that's very good. Uh-oh, they're having an argument about Spider-Man. Uh-oh, it's over. It's over. Well, I guess I'm gonna end the stream now because I gotta use the restroom and I'm kind of yeah. I'm just gonna end the stream. Thank you guys for joining, and I mean, I think it's funny. Brennan and Alex are arguing about Spider-Man in the chat. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Hey, y'all should read Spider-Man comics. I think I'll both enjoy those. Without be any fighting. I did a Spidey stream like 4 years ago. I don't, I don't know about that, Brennan. Nah, dude, Spider-Man is real literature. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Thank you very much for joining. Brandon, I might hop onto your server voice chat later. Who knows? Oh, y'all did? I was about to say, like, I don't think I was part of it. 4 years ago, trying to know anything about Marvel. Anyway, good night, guys. Thank you all for joining.